Hey everybody, and welcome to ExpressX, and this is ExpressX Tech. Today we're going to go back to a little bit of a helpfulness, in the sense that I get a lot of people come over, bring their PCs over, and they're always like, hey, I messed something up, can you fix this? So for all the how-to people out there, this is how to make a Windows 10 bootable USB, because most computers come without CD-ROMs nowadays, especially if you get a Ultrabook or a more high-end one. So I hope you enjoy the little how-to. And here we go. So if you actually go to Google and you ask it this, you'll get the old link, which I'll keep the links in the description below here so you can check it out. But if you got Windows USB DVD and you actually click on this, and I'll open it up in front of you, there's two ways that it'll get to. So I'll close the old one. Okay, that's what the link we clicked on. It'll bring you all this garbage if you want to read it. There's actually a link here, and if you look at the very bottom left, it goes to WDT complex code. So we'll open that in a new tab, right click it, go to new tab, and it loads some garbage crap site that I don't know if it's 20 years old, or if somebody bought it since then, or they have internet issues. But this actually will load after a period of time. So while that's loading, I want to show you something else. If you actually go into here and you search for Windows 10 USB bootable, it'll bring up a different link. So ignore the top where it's always ads. You always want to go to where it says web results. This is the Norton Safe Search. If you have Norton, this is still Google. And this one will bring you Microsoft Software Download 10. And this is the actual one which is open here. But I'll open it in a new one for you. So you see there's no shenanigans. And this is where we want to be. It's got the new, you know, the fancy little Ajax menus that open up. And it scales to size, and it's just a lot nicer. So here's the old garbage page that it wants you to do. Some projects read only, and it looks like some kind of shareware. It wants you to download some framework 2. I don't even know anything that uses below 3.5, which is very old itself. So we're not using that. That's a no. This old tool here, this is also a no. I don't even say when this was made back in the day. But that's a no. So here we go. This is what we want. When you get here, you want to download the tool itself. The tool will download you the Windows file itself, provided you have the key on the side of your computer. So we already downloaded that. Here's the name itself. It will bring up this when you load it. I don't want to go through the little windows, what have you. So, user agreement, like all other user agreements, if you say decline, it won't actually install. So we're going to go next. You don't want to upgrade the PC you're on unless that's what you're actually doing. You want to create the disk for somebody else. It'll tell you yes. English if you're English. 64-bit if that's what you can do. And you can actually download it to an ISO, so you can burn it to a DVD if you need. But again, Ultrabooks, we're not going to be having a USB on there, and we don't want to use an external, plus they're slower. Make sure, this is very important, stop here. Make sure that you disconnect every other drive you have that you don't need to use. If you accidentally have homework on another USB or on NVMe new SSD or anything, it will delete everything and you will lose all your progress. So it'll start a download. We'll go ahead and mute this and fast forward it for the video once it does, and it'll tell you to format it, and we'll go from there. So this is a USB 2.0. This is an older drive. As luck would have it, after the download's done, the progress begins by itself. You don't have to come back and click something else. So it's a perfect time to go get some coffee, go grab a soda, and come back and check on it in a minute. So we're getting close. By now you should have had the lawn mode. You could have went ahead and washed the car and got your shower. And we're almost ready to get done. Alright, and it says your USB flash drive is ready. Finish. Says it's cleaning up. And now the easy way to tell if it actually did what it was supposed to do is So unplug it. You hear that little sound. It should be about burning hot. That's about right. Because it was entirely deleting and formatting in the correct format it wanted and rewriting data onto that. And just like SSDs, they throttle when they get hot. And especially if it's an old USB 2.0. So it will be hot. So if you unplug it and you plug it back in, you should have an auto run feature that will tell you that everything is running fine. If not, you can always go to computer. It gives it a name of ESD USB. You have a boot file, a setup file, and you have a new shiny Windows installation. I'll click setup just for approval of that. It'll give you more details if you want. And we'll see what it says. Look at there, Windows. Now there's another way to go into a DOS menu if you download the ISO and create this yourself manually. There's more room for errors. We're not going to do any of this. I don't want to do it on this PC. This has 10. So I might create another one for that later if you want to do a Windows 7 or something like that. This is for Windows 10. This will put it clean back on there for you and create a bootable USB. As you can see though, we created the USB in with that menu. It did not give us a warning box that said, hey, everything on this USB is gone. So before you begin this process, make sure you back up and copy anything because it will be gone forever. Now you have a little USB you can use to fix your computer, coworker's computer, and everybody in the family that uses you for Best Buy Geek Squad. Thank you, happy holidays, and have a good one.